Hello friends, welcome to UPSC Logics, and in this particular video we are gonna have a look at UPPSC Special Revision Series Part 2. So we have already done Part 1 yesterday, so this is a one-liner revision for most relevant questions. And this series has been done in English, so we shall do this series in Hindi very soon. And guys, do press the bell note for the notifications from the latest from UPSC Logics. So let's begin. India is called a republic because the head of the state in India, president, is an elected head for a fixed period of time. Sovereignty in a democracy rests with the people. The preamble secures justice, liberty, equality, and fraternity to all Indian citizens. The preamble of the Constitution indicates the source of the Indian Constitution. It is not the objectives enshrined in the preamble: secure shelter and proper livelihood to all. The idea of social, economic, and political justice has been taken from the French Revolution. The concept of equality and fraternity have been taken from the Russian Revolution. What is described as the soul of the Constitution? The preamble. What is not treated as a part of the Constitution? Fundamental duties. Democracy of India rests on the fact that people have the right to choose and change the government. The word democracy is derived from the Greek words demos and kratos. India opted for a federal form of government because of linguistic and regional diversity. What is the chief ultimate source of political power, authority in India? The people. A flexible constitution can be amended easily. The judiciary acts as a guardian of the Indian Constitution in a federal government. India is a secular state because it is described so in the preamble of the Constitution. Our Constitution has laid emphasis on securing social, economic, and political justice to all the citizens of the country. These objectives are aimed at securing a welfare state. Modern states are generally considered as welfare states. A state which does not promote or interfere in the affairs of religion is referred to as secular. The Constitution is a dynamic law. The Constitution of India provides for single citizenship. The Constitution provides power, responsibilities, and limitation. The fundamental organs of the state are established by the Constitution. Detailed provisions regarding acquisition and termination of Indian citizenship are contained in an act passed by the Parliament in 1955. Which of the following is not a condition for becoming an Indian citizen? Citizenship by acquiring property. A person can lose citizenship through deprivation, termination, and renunciation. The aim and objective of the Constitution have been enshrined in the Preamble. The office of the Governor-General of India was for the first time created under Regulation Act 1773. According to the Act of 1858, the territory was divided into provinces. When did the British Crown assume sovereignty over India from East India Company? 1858. Morley Minto reforms were implemented by the Indian Councils Act of 1909. Which of the following is also known as Act of 1919? Montague-Chelmsford Reforms Act. Under which of the following act was provincial autonomy introduced in India? Government of India Act 1935. Who made the Constitution of India? The Constituent Assembly. A Constituent Assembly is convened to frame the Constitution of the country. The Constituent Assembly was set up under the Cabinet Mission Plan of 1946. Which party was not associated with the Constituent Assembly of India? The Communist Party. The Republic of India established by the Constitution is sovereign, socialist, and secular. The mind and ideals of the framers of the Constitution are reflected in the Preamble. In our Constitution, what justice is not given to the citizens? It is technical justice. Who advocated Gram Swarajya for the growth of villages? Gandhiji. Purn Swarajya was declared as the goal of Congress on December 1929 in the Lahore session. Our Constitution prohibits untouchability. The Constitution declared India as a republic on 26 January 1950. Who has given the following statement? Democracy means a government of the people, by the people, and for the people. It was Abraham Lincoln. Which one of the following features was borrowed by the framers of the Constitution from the US Constitution? Removal of judges of the Supreme Court, judicial review, and fundamental rights. The ideals of liberty, equality, and fraternity enshrined in the preamble of the Constitution were adopted under inspiration from the French Revolution. The people are the chief force of political power in India. The Constitution describes the Indian Union as India, that is, Bharat. The Constitution of India describes India as Union of States. The two persons who played a vital role in the integration of princely states were Sardar Patel and V.P. Menon. The states were reorganized on linguistic basis in 1956. Which state enjoys the distinction of being the first linguistic state of India? Andhra Pradesh. The Indian federal system is modeled on the federal system of Canada. India is known as parliamentary democracy because executive is responsible to the parliament. The Indian state is regarded as federal because the Indian constitution provides for sharing of power between center and states. In which case did Supreme Court hold that the preamble was a part of the constitution? It was the Keshwanandan Bharti case. In which case did Supreme Court hold that preamble was not a part of the constitution? It was the Berabari case. The ninth schedule was added to the constitution by the First Amendment Act. Which schedule details the boundaries of the state and the union territories? It is the first schedule. The details of salaries, allowances, etc. of the President, Vice President, Speaker, judges of the Supreme Court, etc. are provided in the second schedule. Which schedule gives details regarding the subjects included in the three lists, central, state, and concurrent lists? It is the seventh schedule. In the Indian Constitution, there are three lists: the Union list, the state list, and the concurrent list. Rule of law is a basic feature of the Constitution which cannot be amended under Article 368 of the Constitution. As per Article 262 of the Indian Constitution, disputes relating to water shall be resolved by the Parliament. Which one of the following declares India as a secular state? Preamble of the Constitution. By which of the following a new state is formed? It is a constitutional amendment. The final interpreter to Indian Constitution is Supreme Court. Every amendment of Indian Constitution has been approved by the Parliament. Which one of the following states has a separate constitution? Jammu and Kashmir. Apart from Jammu and Kashmir, Which other state has been provided special protection in certain matters? Nagaland. Article 356 of the Constitution of India deals with proclamation of President's rule in a state. The state of Jammu and Kashmir was accorded a special status under Article 370. The Constitution of Jammu and Kashmir was framed by a special Constituent Assembly set up by the state. The Constitution of Jammu and Kashmir came into force on 26 January 1957. A special status of Jammu and Kashmir implies that the state has a separate constitution. In case of Jammu and Kashmir, an amendment to the constitution becomes applicable only after the President issues the necessary orders under Article 370. Under the parliamentary system of government, the cabinet as a whole is responsible to the legislature, who is authorized to initiate a bill for constitutional amendment, either house of the parliament. The power of parliament to amend the constitution includes power to amend by way of addition, variation, or repeal. Which article empowers the Parliament to amend the Indian Constitution? Article 368. Ninth schedule of the Constitution is added by way of First Constitutional Amendment Act. What is contained in the 10th schedule of the Indian Constitution? Provisions regarding disqualifications on grounds of defection. Mahatma Gandhi was first referred to as the father of the nation by Subhash Chandra Bose. Jai Hind, the nationalist slogan of India, was coined by Subhash Chandra Bose. Who framed the Constitution of India? Dr. B.R. Ambedkar. Which famous leader raised the slogan, "Tell the slave he is a slave and he will revolt"? Dr. B.R. Ambedkar. Who said, "Those who attack Congress and spare Nehru are fools. They do not know the ABC of politics"? Dr. B.R. Ambedkar. What is the name given to Ambedkar's house, built for himself, his family, and books at Dadar in Mumbai? Rajgriha. The homespun movement and the Salt March promoted by Mahatma Gandhi in India are examples of his policy of non-violent protests. Which year is considered to be a memorable landmark in the history of India's struggle for freedom? 1921. Mahatma Gandhi was the editor of Young India. Who was not a member of the Constituent Assembly? Mahatma Gandhi. Okay guys, this brings us to the end of part 2 of this particular series based on questions from the Constitution as well a bit from the history of India. And thank you so much for watching this video. Do like and subscribe to this channel if you haven't done so. And don't forget to press the bell icon for notifications of new videos so you do not miss anything from UPSC Logics in the future. Thank you so much for watching and have a nice day.